Hey everyone, Ready Dash here. Time for another blind commentary. And it's time for Mentally Advanced series again. Episode 15. I've been pretty excited for this one. It's their parody of Stairmaster. Said it before, but Fluttershy is probably my favorite part of this series. Before I even really liked it, I was still enjoying how comically awful she was being treated. Just found it amusing. So, since this is a Fluttershy episode, I'm expecting it will be pretty fun. It's also a CMC episode. Now, I really enjoy Thrackerzod, as it's one of those really absurd bits of silliness that it's just really hard not to love. The other two CMC in this series haven't really wowed me so much as her, though, yet at least, but I'm ready to see that perhaps change. Anyway, expecting a fun one, so let's get started. Okay. We got our disclaimer.
You who must not
and
be
Thrackerzod.
I come to discuss perfectly ordinary business, which is not the least bit suspicious. But before we begin, I must ask you, what are you wearing?
Okay. Making use of that thing. Be like an actual demon.
Let me be frank in saying that our contract with the devious Twilight Sparkle has been to our disadvantage.
Excuse me, can I be a part of this meeting? Was that a yes or a no?
You have been denied your request.
Drown her.
No. She will become suspicious if we murder her. Presently, she is unaware that her home exists where points converge. Twilight Sparkle's support base grows beneath the plateau of Ling. The people of Thorobon have become bold thanks to their new leader's seeming invincibility. We have exhausted our efforts, but the dreaming world is not the source of her power. The Night Gaunts would be upon us. How does she resist the great chaos from which all things spin? None should be immune.
Can I interrupt again?
Smartphones have not been invented here yet. You confuse yourself on the order of time.
If you guys are talking about Twilight and the elements of harmony, Twilight is the element of magic. We work together through friendship, although she kind of hates us, I think.
That is stupid.
Elder once.
That cannot work.
Really playing into the whole Lovecraft thing.
Yes, but if it doesn't, we'll look like complete spastic idiots and it will totally ruin our credibility. The source of her power cannot be friendship.
Actually, I think it's the gemstones that contain all the magical power. Or it's inside of us all along. I'm not really sure. We found some gemstones in the Everfree, and they're supposed to be important, but they kind of look like plastic.
See? Her power is either innate or granted by gemstones. I do not know, but I have obtained 2 unwitting accomplices. I shall gather them here on tomorrow's eve, and we shall conduct a search of the Everfree Forest.
Okay. See you tomorrow, sweetie belle.
Yes, she does not suspect a thing, and I shall see to it that no others become aware of our true intentions.
Sweetie Belle, there is absolutely no way I'm going to allow you to spend the night with Fluttershy. Why would you even want that?
Because Fluttershy has lots of pretty animals. As an ordinary child, I am naturally enamored with them.
Well, I doubt that Fluttershy is really all that eager to be looking after kids. I don't know if you've smelled the girl, but she can barely take care of herself.
Actually, after spending time around Sweetie Belle, I realize I don't understand children as well as I thought. I do have a lot of animals, but I still feel sad. I think maybe that's because animals aren't as good as a baby. And maybe that's what I need in my life.
Fluttershy, darling, Sweetie Belle is no proper substitute for happiness, trust me. She's loud, and she's needy, and obsessed with statistics. I don't even know what part of the family that comes from. Maybe Dad. He's always on about his sports.
That's okay. Sweetie Belle has a lot of dreams that I remember as a kid. And since one of her dreams sometimes meets with Sweetie Belle in my living room, I think I may have repressed memories.
Sweetie Belle, I don't think you should stay with Fluttershy.
That is too bad, because in normal child fashion, I have invited my friends without consulting you.
Baby, you gotta be prepared for a surprise sleepover with Scootaloo on any night. Spontaneity
Of
is
course.
part of the magic.
I just like to sleep over with friends. It means I don't have to wake up at 6 a.m. and do no chores. I want to watch them. They're adorable.
Fluttershy, listen to me, you complete retard. You don't know what you're getting into. I wouldn't wish this on anyone. My own mother pays me to watch them, and the price quadruples when Sweetie has friends over.
I want to watch them. I will pay you to let me do it.
Of all the times to grow a spine and some ambition, why would you choose... Never mind, just forget it. You give me a headache.
I need this. It will make everything better.
If you force us to stay, we shall play ordinary superheroes, and only real danger shall be deemed authentic.
Okay, fine. You lose. I'll bring them by after dinner, but I'm going to need you to sign a few legal documents and waivers. So, Fluttershy, just to be plain as day on this, we now have in contractual writing an agreement stating that you are ill-prepared, probably very foolish, not at all suited for this task, especially compared to moi, definitely a great deal less feminine than myself, and you still will accept full liability for anything that happens, whether the charges be criminal or civil, and you'll pay all the associated court fees.
I don't care how you try to deter me. Does AJ know that I signed this contract involving her sister?
The Apple family has never had enough bumpkin sense or foresight for this type of thing, but I'll cut them in if I have to.
What about Scootaloo? Do you know her parents? Who do I call if she gets in trouble?
The police, usually, but don't feel badly about it, trust me. She's got her own tank full of coloring books and things. The whole force knows her personally. I'm not sure at this age if that means she's a very fast learner or a very slow learner, but try to expect either, and lock your door unless you don't care that she'll wind up in your underwear drawer eventually.
I'm sure she'll behave for me, and if she doesn't, we have a contract saying that we both know I was stupid and you hired me.
She won't, and it's going to be your fault. That's how we know that I'm the smarter of us two. I won't take any heat for you.
I understand the implications.
And it's in writing. Can't take it back now. Well, have a good time.
So should we start by destroying something, or should we just wear Fluttershy out with our terrible child energy?
I say we use up all of Fluttershy's makeup to make ourselves look sexy. Hoo!
Please don't lean in my chairs.
I'm being stupid, like the others.
So, baby, I heard that you have experience with an angry dragon. Does it hurt when it comes out your nose?
I want to cook chocolate chip pancakes.
I am also being obnoxious.
Tell me about that dragon, baby. I need to know.
I'm not sure I understand.
Just tell Scootaloo all the beautiful details.
Well, it was really big, and it was red,
That's normal, baby.
and it could breathe terrifying fire.
Oh,
Didn't
I
Fluttershy
may
not
have misread
even
the
really
context of that situation.
meet the dragon, though?
Have we
Haven't seen that
sufficiently
episode in a while.
exhausted you such that we might all retire and do no suspicious activities in the dead of the night?
Why do you want to go to bed already? Are you bored? Am I boring you? Kinda, sorta. You know, my granny likes to tell stories when it gets late. Y'all know any good stories?
I hope that children are eaten to provide a threatening moral.
Once upon a time, there was a little girl named Little Yellow Riding Hood, and she was very sad. Her grandmother was dying, and her parents were divorced. They didn't have a lot of money, and Riding Hood spent a lot of time crying. Then one day, her mom made her get a job to help cover bills, so she delivered papers. It rained, and her feet got tired, and then a wolf, who was about her age, began teasing Riding Hood about her weight, because it always made Riding Hood cry, and that made the wolf laugh.
So she hooks up with this fox and he eats this girl.
No, he was not a fox. He was a wolf.
He might have been a foxy wolf, baby. It all depends on how you look at the situation.
There's no good way to look at this wolf. He was evil.
Well, y'all know what they say about evil.
They say evil is killed at the end to set a moral example.
He was a bad wolf, not a fox, and he has no appeal whatsoever, except with the other girls who are also wolves.
So tell us about this bad Foxy Wolf's relationships with the other bad Foxy Wolves.
He has no redeeming qualities. He made Riding Hood sad. He is a bad character. He probably dies old and happy, because that's how the world is. See, now all the suspense is gone. Let's go do something else. But I was telling you a story. Well, it's a boring story about a weak character who ain't no fun. Well, if I...
Where is that makeup? Let's put some on and then test kissing on each other.
Okay.
I just lost all my energy. Maybe now is time for bed after all.
Yes, it is time for Fluttershy to lower her guard.
Bedtime. Bedtime for everyone now. Can't y'all at least give us a glass of apple cider? Granny always gives me a glass of apple cider. I don't have any apple cider, but maybe you'll be just as happy as long as we pretend we have apple cider.
Pretending just ain't the same as the real deal, baby.
I know, but I used to pretend like that all the time when I was little, and I know it helps occasionally. Good night, little ones.
Now that Fluttershy is gone, our sordid, ordinary deed may commence.
Thrackerzod, I'm not sure I get your plan exactly.
It's simple. We go into the woods, identify the source of Twilight's power, and then destroy it.
I know, but why, really?
Because there will be candy.
How does that work?
It will be an abstract kind of candy, but you may trust my mutual desire for things identical to what most children desire.
I don't know about that. I mean, the forest is dangerous. Did Twilight wrong you or something?
No, of course not. No more than she wrongs most ponies.
Well, I think she does wrong most ponies.
Oh, then yes. I have been wronged and wish Twilight to lose her powers.
Okay, see, now I get you. I've heard all about blood feud, so I can totally help you out, I think. So, I'm up for it if you gals are. Alright, I think all of us are aware of the danger out here, so we need to stay as quiet as possible.
Nah, baby, that ain't how it works. Loud noises scare animals away. When the house is a-rockin', they don't come a-knockin'. Hoop!
No, that only works for scaredy little animals that don't eat ponies, like bunnies.
And nobody gets the house rockin' like little bunnies. Hoop! So that there is a count in my favor, baby. Although I'm willing to share my rhetorical successes with you.
That's dumb, Scootaloo. We can't share success in a rhetorical debate if we're on opposite sides of an argument.
We can if I let you win, and that makes you feel like spending more time with me, baby. Scootaloo likes being in control, and when Scootaloo's in control, you're in control, baby.
What? No, don't just let me win, because then we ain't gonna learn nothing about the opposite sides of the argument.
Scootaloo argues differently, you beautiful, beautiful girl.
You guys need to stay focused on finding the source of Twilight's power.
What's it look like, anyway?
Like a gemstone, only the source of Twilight's power.
But the power's inside of her all along.
No, it isn't. It is in a gemstone.
It ain't, though. If it's in anything, it's that silly plastic tiara she wears sometimes, but I don't think that thing matters.
Of course it matters. Why else would she have it?
I think that might just be an aesthetic placeholder. In any case, that thing ain't here in the Everfree.
Of course it's in the Everfree. I have sources on this.
What sources? Because there was a whole bunch of fuss when Celestia showed up and took a bunch of that cheap jewelry back to Counterlot a while ago.
When did this happen?
Like, a few months ago.
Darn it! It must have been when I was on that family trip. My father's unrepentant thirst for camping is truly a burden on us all. So after that, we got lost and didn't find our way home again for 3 hours. We were lucky not to be devoured. As did I. The others are upstairs sleeping now, but I fear they will be cranky in the morning, and Applebloom has been harboring secret criticisms toward the cleanliness of the bathroom, and my relation to such concerns. It will indeed be a minefield.
I'm really sorry you didn't enjoy your sleepover, Sweetie Belle.
Seriously, we need to consider finding another spot for our secret meetings.
Well then. Yeah, that's a lot to read. I think I am going to read it, but I'm going to let it play first so I don't have to edit it in. But I will read it before I give my thoughts. Looks like a lot of information. And I know some of you have told me that this stuff is important, like, or something that you would like me to read. So, definitely gonna make sure I do. Okay. So, yeah, we did have some interesting points there in that wall of text. First one was on the name. It might have happened elsewhere, but this is indeed the first time I really recall the name Sweetie Belle being used for Thrackerzod. It is also the first time we really see her interacting with her own family and with adults in general, really. So it didn't raise too many flags for me. I just assumed that's how it was. Good to have the clarification if that's how it works, though. Second one was on the shift in voices. Now, I didn't even really notice that Thrackerzod had gotten deeper. I watched the episodes pretty slowly, though, so perhaps that's to be expected. Might have to go back and watch some of the earlier ones again and really see how it compares. Third screen was on the Lovecraft references, which, yeah, do seem to follow Thrackerzod around quite a bit. Definitely noticed when the weird creatures started talking about the Elder Ones. I do like Lovecraft, though I can't say I've read everything he did. Probably should read more. I don't really remember Hasbro very well, who he was playing off of for the creature in this episode. And I'm sure there were other Lovecraftian references I missed, having only read a handful of stories that were made in that dialogue. Then there was the comment on Fluttershy's character shift. I will sometimes say that Fluttershy feels a bit flat compared to the others in terms of development, which I do think, but yeah, she has definitely changed from Season 1. And definitely so has the way the other characters treat her. I mean, in the text he brings up the Pinky quote about her being too sensitive to prank, and that's a good point. I mean, when you consider that come Season 4, Pinky is okay with really laying into Fluttershy despite her sensitivities without inhibition, as seen in Philly Vanilli. Big shift in attitudes there. Though maybe it's a result of her getting so thoroughly dressed down in Putting Your Hoof Down by Fluttershy. I don't know. As for the episode itself, it was kind of an odd one. What with the whole setup it had. Fluttershy was the best part of it for me. I love how Thrackerzod and the Hasbro thing talk plainly right in front of her about their plan and everything, and she just seems like she somehow is unable to process it at all. Just, that was amusing. Her scene with Rarity was a bit odd, though. I mean, was she influenced somehow? Kind of surprises me she didn't give in like usual. Might have missed something there. Might need to rewatch. Other highlights were Thrackerzod trying to be obnoxious. It's just really hilarious every time she chimes in with one of her lines. I mean, it's just always great. Scootaloo had some good lines as well, and Apple Bloom was okay, I guess. It was a solid episode. Makes me pretty curious to see what is done with Showstoppers, which will be the next one I look at. Hope you liked the commentary. Let me know if you did, and see you in the next one.